Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. How are you all doing? Uh, Sorry, 1 second. Delete. Okay, I'm having so much issues with this phone. I don't know what is wrong with it. So I'm probably just going to delete Facebook and then re-add Facebook because this Facebook is really stressing me. Remove app, delete Facebook. So I'm going to launch Facebook again. So Facebook is not yet ready. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I'm looking for my money guns, 50 money guns. So ever since we launched the show 2 days ago, we've had so many people coming to talk about their abroad experience, and I must say it's been quite eye-opening. I always thought abroad people were happy abroad, and I always thought people preferred abroad to Nigeria. I just had a lot of mixed feelings. But guess what? I was educated by all the comments and videos we've been having. Tosin was live with us yesterday. She said she had a very bad procedure done and a very bad experience in the US. Brume spoke about his sisters in the UK coming to Nigeria for medical procedures. And he also spoke of his experience in Abu Dhabi as against his experience in Canada. And we've got quite a few back and forths. So what has your Japa experience been? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Did it live to the expectation that you had? I remember when we were younger and would pick a Cosmopolitan magazine or a Marvel magazine and they'd advertise a Big Mac. Hey, with the cheese. As in, you go, they look the burger, man. You go one thing, say, any day I enter London, now this burger, they go chop first. Omo, the first day where I use my leg enter London, now I go, say, may they give me McDonald's. Now they give me the thing first. You know, first round, the way they round it, it flat.
Yes, that is how it is.
Then it just day one kind, then it comes small, Big Mac for Niger man, we like to learn. They can't give me Big Mac. The Big Mac, no big. Now Mac, they give me Mac, no Big Mac. You understand? So my experience was different from what was advertised. Is that your abroad story? Were you expecting that, man, once you go to this abroad, man, you just they pack money for street. As they walk out for road, you just they pack money. Say, man, you just they make money anyhow. So, how has your abroad experience been? Has it been a film trick or has it been an awesome reality? If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, double click the screen, double click the screen. Now, would you want to continue living abroad or would you want to come home? So I'm not going to do too much of the talking. I'll just interject from time to time. Remember to keep it respectful because we have audience from across the world. But what I said I would do is I would ask questions and interject. So please make sure, feel free. So many people send me messages. Oh, Daddy Freeze, I want to be a part of this. I want to join. I want to say this. This has been my experience. Some have really good experiences and some have quite bad experiences. But what is your experience? So, Japa, uh, did you live in Nigeria before you traveled? Would you want to come back? Okay, so we have somebody with black nails. How are you doing? Hello? Some people will send requests and not know that they'll be invited. And if I remove her, she will block the spot for other people. Auntie, oh, you are live. She don't know, say she did live. Shrine doctor said better to come back home. Hello, gorgeous. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, so I've been following you and I really enjoy your topics.
Where are you? What part of the
I
world are you?
United States.
So tell me your Japa story and share your Japa experience.
I worked in Lagos. I served in Lagos and I worked in Lagos for 4 to 3 years. I worked with Globalcom. So at that time, it was a good, leaving the job is like you're leaving something comfortable for what you don't know. But I also feel that there's times and seasons. So your expectations for life or what you want,
How much
at a
was your
certain,
salary when you were in Nigeria?
I think then it was like two something, maybe like 220 about that.
What year was that?
I left 2015.
Okay, 2015. That was about $1,000.
Yeah.
About $1,000 a month. 2015. Yeah. About $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month now is about 900K. So how did it feel? Well, big shout out to someone they just bought a money gun. Let me give a shout out to them. Cynthia Love, thank you for that money gun. So tell me, how did it feel when you first moved over to the US?
I mean, it was a bit challenging because you don't have everything that you need to just get into the system. Um, it was challenging, but it is. When I say it's worth it, yes. If you focus on your goal and don't get distracted on doing different stuff. I went back to school. I'm a nurse, and I did different courses. After being a nurse and just saying that I don't want to work in the hospital because I have a kid, then I did something else to get a job where I could work hybrid. So once you have plans and you're working according to your
Are you
plan,
married?
no, I'm single.
Were you married in Nigeria?
No.
Okay, but you had your kid when you came to the US, not in Nigeria.
Yeah. No, here in the US.
Nigerian father.
Yes.
What happened? Why didn't you guys get married?
Maybe just not for the two of us. I mean, we are great parents to our kids, so
How many kids do
that
you have?
one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just asking questions because I said I was going to ask questions. I want to know exactly how people feel about the whole jackpot thing and what comes out of it,
I
and
think now because everyone is trying to do it at the same time, and people that are coming here are trying to catch up with everything that they feel they should have. It's like I always say, it's a catching up stage. So you're trying to move fast. So people now are trying to move really fast, get things done. Some people are not getting the right advice. And yeah, but if you do it right, if you do it well, be patient, you will get to a place where you're comfortable enough.
Hmm.
Yes, that one I know for sure.
Now, a lot of people complain about the loneliness. Do you feel lonely abroad?
I will not say lonely. I will say the social life is not like Nigeria, where you just come out and see your neighbor and say, "Hey, what's up?" But it's important that you're intentional about your social life. So for me, I have friends. I hang out with my friends, the ones that are in my state. Then most of my friends are not in my states, but I make friends here too. Because most Nigerians are in like Houston, Texas kind of place, and New York and Maryland. I live in Minnesota, which is cold, so it's not a place for a lot of Nigerians. But I intentionally made friends with the people that I have so I can get out there. Then in my son's school, I make sure he has like play dates, with friends too. So it's all about, is it like Nigeria? No. Well, can you say you're lonely? I don't know. I won't say lonely. Lonely is a very deep word. It could come from different angles. Yes. Yes.
Now, did you make a lot of money as a nurse during COVID?
Oh no, then I was in school, so I didn't.
So
And
you missed,
2020.
so you
So
missed
I missed.
the COVID
I
rush.
missed. But I never worked in the hospital because I have a kid. I was, like I said, be intentional with your situation. I don't want to be a parent who just drop their kid with a nanny and not be in their lives. So I work as a visiting nurse where I see patients at home, because at that COVID time, even after COVID, then home care was more booming where um, they just get orders from doctors and you go to their houses to take care of that. So I never worked in the hospital. I would have also missed the money, even because I didn't have hospital experience. So, but from what you said yesterday, I joined you yesterday. At this point, if I get some things really comfortable in Nigeria, I will go. There are times in the morning where I don't want to wake up and do chores. In Nigeria, I will pay for those things. My kid woke me up yesterday like, "Oh, I need breakfast." I said, "You are lying. I'm not standing up from this bed." And then I'm like, okay, if I was in Nigeria, I would be able to afford a nanny. I would be able to afford a driver, take my kids somewhere, do things without me having to do it. Or sometimes my job takes me out of state and then I have to look for somebody to take my son for swimming, get a nanny to the house and pay like $50 for a night. So 3 nights like $150 a week. So if I travel every week, then I have to spend that much. So those things will be cheaper in Nigeria. So if I get something really comfortable in Nigeria, I will move. I will not even think about it because I have everything that I need to come back anytime.
Now,
So
I hate to put you on the spot, but I want to ask you, what do you earn a year? At least give us the average. Even we're trying to understand because there are people who want to come to America. So I want them to hear from the horse's mouth instead of what they read on Google or what one motivational speaker who doesn't know what to motivate is motivating.
okay, I would say about 100 to 120.
100 to 120 a year. How much
Yes.
taxes? How much goes to taxes?
Funny enough, I haven't really thought about it lately. I knew last time I didn't pay much in taxes, so I got I needed to pay 5,000, almost 6,000 back to the government, to IRS. So I paid that. Yeah. So now I made sure a lot is taken off my paycheck every 2 weeks, so I don't have to do that kind of payment. That was crazy for me.
Okay. Let me bring some other people. Don't go anywhere. Just hold on. A lot of people say they want to join. Dr. Omar. Okay. If you make that much, you'll be paying like 17% in taxes. Hello, Stella Dimoko. I waited for you. You did not come back to me. Oh. This time it was your fault. So I tried. Oh.
Just like every other one stoplight highway with soft serve.
Someone said still better than staying here.
Me, I will go back home.
You will go back.
I will come back at this moment. I will come back because I mean, you have what you can use to go
If you
and
saw
come.
$5,000 a month paid to you in dollars, will you come back to Nigeria?
No, a month. No, that's too small now.
So
I
how
earn
much?
more than
Sorry.
that a month, so I
Yes,
can't
but
take.
in the US. But how much is your rent
Okay, my rent is 2,000
a month?
approximately. Yes.
So that's already 24,000 out of your paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
$24,000, about 18 million naira in Nigeria. You will not pay that much in rent.
That's true.
How much do you pay? How much do you pay monthly for electricity?
I think like 60 to 70. But like you were talking about yesterday, I turn off my AC because my place is cool. So in the morning I turn it off. I don't need that much AC. And it's also a way to reduce my costs. So I'm not ashamed to say, anything to reduce your expenses is fine by me. If I don't need it, it's so.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. I have so many people trying to come, but I don't know what the problem is. The network seems to be.
There's no point saying I don't want to manage or I don't want to reduce expenses. If you don't need it, you don't need it. I'll turn it off. Reduce my bills. So
A lot of people. Now let's talk about relationships. How easy is it to get into a relationship and maintain a relationship in the US? Were you in a relationship in Nigeria before you traveled?
yes.
So you broke up when you got abroad.
Yes.
Why did you break up?
I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like the person was not forthcoming with commitment and I needed to move. You have to just take your life into your.
Okay, so he wasn't forthcoming.
Yeah, so I like, okay, there's no need to waiting for somebody. Just believe in your life. Like I would say, be a moving train, that place to get there. But stop and be waiting for somebody to come and make your life better. So.
That's tough. Have you met any Oyinbo people? Have any Oyinbo people toasted you? Have you gone on any dates with Oyinbo people?
I have, but I'm also not attracted to it. But I'm very Nigerian.
You're not attracted to Oyinbo as in, even if they find Oyinbo like Tom Cruise.
Maybe, I don't know. So it's not just the appearance. I think it's also, so like one is my friend. We talked about family and I saw that in his family they have this. I mean, it's not the party. I never told him that. Those kind of things is your own requirements or what you want. So he had kids with mental challenges, and I think this can be inherited. So I just did not want to add that to my own challenge.
And this was Oyinbo?
But he's an amazing human being. He's still my friend. Like, he's amazing.
Now, by amazing, did you ever get to? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. Did you ever get to engage in coitus?
No, I will not get there.
How far did you go?
Committed people, you don't want to get there, and then you know that you will not be there. He's a good person, so. You just let them know. They will ask you, like, okay, what do you think after like 2 dates? I mean, if you don't want it, you don't want it. So, but we are still friends. When I have questions from colleagues, they understand there are people more than me, So
Yes.
when I have things from colleagues, I kind of ask him. One of them, per se, is the one I'm close to. I asked him, then when I was in school, if I write papers, I send it to him. They read and, they can relate to, English words their own way as to how we tell our stories and don't put punctuation marks, So he's still my friend. But I will come back home. I had a Nigerian friend of mine. The guy called me yesterday. I said, why are you calling me this time for work? He said, oh, more. Now, Nigeria, this is. He was just tired, you know. So he's going to Nigeria in September to buy a house in Lagos, one of those new places. He sent me the picture, like, oh, your mind is on. He said, love, I go. I don't tired. Tired. What? Mm-hmm. A lot of people want to, but go when you know you are ready. I mean, you are here already. Pay the price, get your, your stuff. Me, I can move. Oh. If I get something going on, I will move. I won't even think it. I just don't want to be doing shows and crazy stuff myself. It's but that's the truth. Yeah.
All right, I'm having so much trouble adding people. I have like 30 people waiting to be added, and I keep sending requests, and it's not going. I don't know what's wrong with the network.
Maybe I can get out.
No, if you get out, it's not going to make it any better.
Oh, okay.
I even like the fact that you are here. If there were more people, I can say, okay, that's affecting it.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Chris Bassi wants to join. I've sent him requests like 5 times. Someone is asking, how much is your salary?
And I've said it now.
Any man where this woman be your spec, raise your hands.
There was one time I joined when you were...
Someone says you cannot add more than one again. Log out and come back. Oh, what's new rule?
Oh, really? Somebody joined.
Yeah, I could add more than... Does Instagram have a new rule?
There was one day I joined. I think it was... I don't know what you call that live. It was like when you are looking for somebody or so.
Yeah.
I joined. I was in, okay, Michael, so that is that. And I joined, and my network was very bad. I was at the reception of where I stayed. So you were not hearing me, we're not hearing ourselves. So this is the first time I'm on your live.
Okay, I can hear you clearly. The problem is I'm trying to see if I can add anybody else. Yeah, I think I just have. What are you guys saying? Okay, maybe I should come off and come back again. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna log out and log back in again because I can't invite anybody and it's quite frustrating. So we're gonna come back. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Big shout out to Cynthia Love, my #1 gifter. Follow my #1 gifter. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. All right. Sorry guys, we're having problem with Instagram. We're not even live on Facebook. I don't know what is going on. Okay. All right. So, you know what's going to happen? Let me just shut down the phone and then just launch Instagram again. Let me even try to see if my Instagram is obsolete. So maybe I upload it again. If you're watching on TikTok, guys, let's make some noise for my #1 and my #2 gifter. Let's make some noise for my #1 and my #2 gifter. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Okay, my Instagram needs to be updated, so I'm updating it. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Oh yeah, double click the screen. Who's my #1 gifter? Let's get more views for this. Who is my number one gifter? Who is my number one gifter? If you're watching on TikTok, who is my number one gifter? If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Double click the screen. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Oh yeah, double click the screen. JD Limitless. Woohoo! All right. Sorry, guys. I'm downloading Instagram. Okay. So I'm back on. I don't know why this phone is so slow. There's a problem with this phone. I think it's a network problem. This phone is too slow. It's too slow. What can be happening when a phone is this slow? And it's on the right Wi-Fi. I don't know. So I don't get why it's so bad. I don't know how to join anything. Yes. Yes. Share password. So sorry, guys. I'm just trying to update and make sure we're back. Double click the screen. Let me say shout out. Let me give a big shout out to my number one gifter, JD Limitless. That's my number one gifter, JD Limitless. My number one gifter. Big shout out. Big shout out. Big shout out to you. Big shout out. Oh yeah. Okay, I think we're back now. So, sorry, I'm trying to get Facebook to launch again and Instagram at the same time too. Okay, so I think we're back here. Instagram is back. Alrighty. Okay. Instagram is back. Okay, so sorry guys, YouTube people, forgive me, but Instagram has been such a drag today. Instagram has been terrible. Instagram has been world war. And same thing with Facebook. What could be happening to a phone that will be making the phone run slow? Is this how this phone is going to condemn? Or is the memory full? This is iPhone 13. What's wrong with it? There's memory. So what's wrong with it? Why is it running so slow? So let me start. I've not been live on Facebook since, so simply because of this madness. As in, I can't even believe this. All right. So the phone is coming on. Let's go live on Instagram. Software update. It's on the latest update. I just don't understand what's wrong with the phone. I just don't get it. So we're back on Instagram. I downloaded the latest Instagram. Hopefully this works. This phone has just been so slow. The Facebook phone has just been so slow. And it's an iPhone 13. So I don't understand why an iPhone 13 would be slow. As in, is there a VPN on? Oh, that could be the problem. If there's a VPN, maybe I turned the VPN on. No wonder. That's what could have been the problem. I'm looking for the VPN. No wonder. Disconnecting. You're watching me. You're watching me. That was the problem. I was running Facebook on a VPN. So that's what the problem was. Ah, man. No wonder. I don't suffer. I don't suffer. I can't delete Facebook, reinstall am, do everything. I was wondering what would make this phone so slow. I said the way VPN. You know, once your phone is on VPN, it will just dey slow any kind move slow. Bah, almost the phone is back. I almost threw away the phone. I'm back. Facebook is okay now. Now VPN I cause this matter. I cause the one that say how, and it ruined my Facebook experience. As in the Facebook will just be slow. Yeah, so Facebook is back too. Thank God. Allow access. Allow access. Yes. Anyway, at least I have a brand new Facebook. Yeah, because trying to solve the problem for Facebook, I went to delete Facebook and install a new Facebook. So at least we're back. Woo! Facebook is back. So the only people they watch bad side they use VPN. No, now VPN. What did I want to do with VPN? I wanted to shop. There are some sites in the US that will not allow you to shop, like autotrader.com. You cannot enter autotrader.com unless you have VPN. So sometimes when I'm looking for a particular car and I want to Agba, I did live and I don't they call you since just like 1 hour more I'm done because I did tired. I don't know anything they tire me these days, sir. 1 hour new. 1 hour for 1 hour new. It is 6:09. I'm calling you by 7:09. All right. So, yes, welcome back. Everything seems to be working. Welcome back. Someone say, hey, Bob, no. Sometimes, now people are sending requests. Let me see if Chris Bassi, I'm sending a request. Niger Eve, I'm sending a request. Let me see. As in, I could not accept requests the other time. The only request I could accept was that lady. People are joining now. Wow. What happened before?
Daddy Priest.
How
Daddy
far?
Priest. How do you cope with people? I don't know if I should use Yoruba. I don't know how you cope with them.
Wait till they talk
When I
this
see
time.
somebody they say Pornhub.
No mention them. No mention them. These people go.
Okay. I say they
Sure
don't
you get. So let me hear you. What is your opinion? Do you prefer Niger to the abroad or
Nigeria sweet? Let's face the facts. But when people start talking about tax, let's also remember that at the end of the year, government they do tax reform. They refund those tax. Part of it.
Like you, for instance, how much do you earn? How much do you pay in tax, and how much do you get refunded?
That's what I'm saying. It depends, because at the end of the month, at the end of the year, you might get 70% of it back.
Oh wow!
It's not like the tax goes on and on, you know. So, but the thing is, the difference is when you are overseas, you have a calculative way of spending money. You have a calculative way of spending money. Not be like you did how do I put it? I think the Nigeria now they spend 500K in a week. I know if you account for it. But yeah, I can account for it. I know where it's going, how it's going. You they work somewhere, no pay like you they work, you expect salary. They no pay you. Say they never pay me last month, they wait for salary. Once it's first is first. You get your money on the first. So it varies. But
So there's not one singular abroad experience. Sometimes the abroad experience is good, sometimes it is bad. It depends on your particular situation, Abi.
Okay, let's go into the relationship aspect now. Unlike, let me use the terms West Africa. You fit, I go Daddy Freeze house, I see one girl, we exchange number, we talk. Daddy Freeze, I'm saying this openly, 90% of relationship abroad are online.
How?
Now online.
How relationship will be online?
Now online, Daddy Freeze, 90% now online. They're online and they meet each other. Not be like, yeah, you see one day, babe, what's up now? You don't feel go talk to a woman like that for road, yeah. You harass them.
Are you serious?
Except you just walk out, they say you didn't knew. Hi, sorry, how are you? Sorry, do you know this place? They give you direction and it ends there. Oh, can I have your number? They use and discharge, you have a boyfriend, even when they don't get. Daddy Freeze. I have never in my life used Google Map for Nigeria, but I use it here. Google Map now your best friend here. Because you get where you want to go now, you don't put time for Google Map, you don't walk out go there. So it makes even some citizens said they use Google Map. Go where they know, they just put Google Map, they direct them, go here, turn, and it takes you direct to where you're actually going.
So that means you agree with the statement that says Nigeria abroad is lonely.
It's okay. That phrase. Another terms is everybody are busy. No be where you go say, how far now? Over see on Friday, now I'm gonna go on bar, I'm gonna go sit down and drink. You spend 6 hours drinking, gisting for nothing. That's 6 hours. If you go work somewhere, collect money. If you use that 6 hours, work somewhere, collect money. You get my point. Not be like you go sit down 6 hours. Hey, you go the Japa now. You don't want beer parlor and drink for 7 hours. They chop drink. No. When you get work, when you know they go pay bills. So you don't unnecessarily go to people's house. Say I want to go there. Now I'll go watch film. This. No, it's not done because people are busy. People got bills to pay. They get bills to pay.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me greet the young lady with us. Hello, Ma. How are you doing? What's your name?
Yeah. My name is Evelyn.
Ebun.
Evelyn.
Okay, Evelyn. What part of the world are you in?
I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston was where they were talking about yesterday. Did you join us live? How much is rent in Houston?
It depends on which area you live, really, honestly. Usually, like the cheap, and things are kind of becoming more expensive now too. So rent has gone up. If you live in the Ajegunle part, let me put it that way, so of Houston, the 1 bedroom could be like 400, 450 a month. But if you live in like an eyebrow area, definitely it could be up to 1,000. So it just kind of depends on where you live. Like I live in Richmond, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston. I have a house, and my mortgage just went up because of the taxes. I used to pay like $3,200. Now it went up to $3,800 a month. So it just kind of depends.
$3,800 a month. That's nearly $4,000 a month. How much is the house worth?
My house is about over 500,000 right now.
Now,
so it kind of depends on the taxes.
For a 500,000 house in Houston, Texas, do you have a pool?
No, I don't.
How come a $500,000 house doesn't have a pool?
Because I don't want it. You can have it if you want.
Oh,
You know,
but I thought it
I
would
have
have
young
come with a
kids. I'm
pool.
paranoid. Huh?
I thought it would have come with a pool.
No, it depends on your choice. You know, most times you build your house and you know you tell them what you want. You know, if you want a pool, you can
Okay, so
have it, and
you built your house
you
yourself.
can buy your house and put a pool if you want
Did
after.
you buy yours or did you build?
I bought. It was already built, so I bought it from.
Already
Yeah,
built.
but I didn't want a house with a pool
That's why
either.
she said mortgage.
Yeah, I didn't want a house with a pool because I have kids and I've had friends that lost their kids in the pool. So I can't do that. You know.
I heard that thing. Myself, I know if you get house, we get pool. I'm not. I'm not a fan
Except
of it.
except you have extra cash, you can do a remote pool.
You can always build. It's not expensive.
Even
You
that
know,
is not all
20.
this children thing. Make children not go fall
Yeah,
inside.
I can't. I cannot.
Cynthia
I won't be
Love,
able to
popping
sleep.
those money guns. Thank you so much. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. I'm looking for my number one gifter. My number one gifter on TikTok is Cynthia Love. Big shout out to her. All right, now, quite a few questions for you, my darling sister. Are you married
Yes.
and you're still with your husband?
Yes.
Can
We've
I
been
ask?
married for 16 years.
Okay. How easy is it to stay married in America?
Okay. I think the most challenging thing is that, you know, our African men are used to, back home, they're used to not doing certain things like cleaning up, like doing laundry, you know, household chores. So I think the most challenging thing for me is like me and my husband trying to figure out who's going to do what, you know, like sometimes when I say, oh, can you take the, before, not now, we've been married for 16 years, so we are good now. But initially, when we got married, you know, he expected me to cook 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just like you would back home in Nigeria, you know. But here, it's very hard because I'm a nurse and I work night shift. So when I come back from work in the morning, I can make breakfast, but then I go straight to sleep. I cannot wake up and come and make lunch, then still make dinner. So you understand? So those are like the things that is like we struggle with. Then like telling him if he can help me sweep the house while I'm sleeping because I work night shift, or can you do this? It's hard on Nigerian men because it's not what they do back home. But remember, back home, you have house help. You have your younger sister living with you. You have your mom living with you. So you have a lot of help. You have people that can help you. But here, it's just you and your husband, especially when your kids are small. You just have to, you know, you have to get used to who's going to do what. So I think that's the most, for me, that's like the most challenging, you know, that's the most challenging because it's hard to tell an African man to sweep the floor or help you do the laundry. It's hard. But once you guys understand that, okay, here we are in a partnership, you can't be like, oh, this is women's job, this is men's job. You know, once you understand that, then it's good. I think that's why most people break up, most relationships break up. And I would like to say that people like to say that Nigerian nurses, they can't keep a relationship back home. I think that's usually the problem because the men will not understand why their wife is being bossy and telling them to do the laundry or take the kids to school or do baby. But it's just the two of you. It's not like you have help like back home where you can have 3 or 4 or 5 mates to help you. You know, so if a relationship cannot survive the first few years, you can't deal with it. You know, if you can't, then they will break up. You know, that's what I think.
But in some case, it all depends on individual. It depends on minimal percentage of individuals. Somebody like me, I wake up in the morning, I don't need to say do this. I'll just do things on my own. I can go to the kitchen. As a Calabar man, where I be, I go kitchen, cook, what I want, eat where they okay. Babe, you go eat. If you say you don't like them, cook your own. But I don't cook, give you. So like I said, it depends on minimal percentage of men. There are some men
but a lot of Nigerians, men, they can't deal with that.
I don't like it.
My husband is Akwa Ibom. So I think that's why brought me. They're nicer. They're like, they will do things for you. Unlike I'm not trying to be, I'm not throwing Yoruba people. I'm half Yoruba. I'm not trying to throw Yoruba men under the bus. But Yoruba men, I feel like they're harder. Oh my God, I feel like
I agree. I'm a Yoruba man, and nothing they make me cook for this life. Nothing they make me clean. I will feel like I'm a failure. Even those days when we saw, they tell you to enter kitchen, go fight.
Yeah. So, like, please, I watch you a lot. I've been on your show like once or twice before. I watch you a lot, and sometimes I get the feeling that you don't, I don't want you to take it. Don't want you to take it. Don't be mad at me if I say this. I feel like sometimes when I watch you every day, every time you're online. If I don't catch you on live, I will still watch your videos. Sometimes I get this vibe from you that you have something against Nigerians in America, but.
I apologized yesterday because Nigerians in America and Nigerians in Canada are my biggest customers. So sometimes when I'm telling the truth, it now looks like I'm taking shots. And I have to check my pocket.
You feel that, like that.
I have to check my pocket because even though sometimes I want to take shots, they say person no dey fighting customer.
Yeah, you said
I'm
it yesterday.
Robert, the only job for this life where they
You
keep
said
their
it
customer.
yesterday.
Arm robber are the only job where they wound their customer. No. So you have to take care. Your customer comes first. As an arm robber now, person where you want to rob, now be your customer. So you go rob and respectfully. You understand what they tell you? But
That's
me, because I'm very opinionated, and American people too, you have to give it up to you people. Una too they feel say una too much. Una go dey feel say I don't blame you now because $1,000 now 1 million naira. So that your 1,000 now 1 million. And salary never increase. So $1,000 way to you no fit be too much. We employ 50 people in Nigeria. Yeah. What am I? We employ about at 30,000 naira a month. 10 people is 300k. 20 people is 600k. So we employ like 30 something people. And you're going to pay them monthly salary. Baba, you fit just take that $1,000, just people monthly, make them just they can't greet you every morning. Make 30 people they can't greet you, they sweep your house. Baba, you understand what I'm saying? And that's just 1k. So because you people have this allowance or this plenty money, sometimes now they look down on Nigerians and Americans, not you maybe, the wise ones don't, but some people just look down on all Nigerians together, not knowing that there are some Nigerians that are doing better than Americans in America. Earning that same dollar, earning that same pound where you they earn, earning that same euro where you they earn, and they did this Nigeria. So sometimes I also get that vibe, not you, but there are one or two people who have a way of running down Nigerians. So there was a time when I got into a sort of squabble with some people, not all, but it was the way I passed the message was like I was attacking everybody. So I had to go back to the drawing board and restructure the conversation in such a way that I don't lose my customers.
We said it yesterday.
So we need to be very careful with narratives, especially stuff like that. And if I'm going to disagree with my American audience, because I've learned the hard way that look, now these people they pay the bill. Forget UK. Now America and Canada, now them they pay. Most of my customers are Americans or Canadians. Europe, I don't think I have any European. They come, but you see that bulk in America. That bulk, I'm talking about 70% America. You understand? Cynthia Love just sent another money gun. Thank you very much. Double click the screen. So, if you felt that way, I apologize. I cannot throw Americans under the bus. At a point, I needed to communicate something. Americans, some people will just tell you. I understand. It is like I use the example of you go to a hotel and you buy a bottle of Coke for 1,500 naira. Then you just have the impression that Coke is 1,500 naira in Nigeria. Or somebody asks you, how much do they sell Coke? Say 1,500. It is 1,500 because you bought it in a hotel. If you went to Booker, you buy 250. If you went to KFC, you buy 350. Do you understand? But because your experience is a hotel, you say is 1,500 naira. You understand? someone that goes to eat in KFC every day, you ask how much is Coke, you say 350 is the price he's used to. So sometimes people in America also need to consider Nigerians. Um, Tasheni also sent the money gun. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tasheni. Big shout out to you. So a lot of people follow my number one and my number two gifter if you're watching on TikTok. So a lot of people need to understand that there are people doing well in Nigeria, and it's not everybody that wants to go to America. I, for one, I have the only thing that can make me leave Nigeria for America is war. You understand? The first time I considered leaving Nigeria was NSAS, when everything went upside down and Nigeria became chaotic and law and order could not be maintained.
You know what?
Yeah.
Number one, let me say, I don't think we people here, we look down on people back home.
Not you.
Number one.
Some.
No, I'm even in general. Maybe, let me say, maybe when people just come to America, you know how when you first come, you're feeling, maybe those people, but people that have been here for long, I don't really think, but I feel like a lot of Nigerians too, they have, let me say, inferiority complex when they relate to people here. I think that's what I get. I have childhood friends that were really, really good. And when I come back to Nigeria, they are hiding from me. They can't even talk to me. And I wonder why. Because they feel that I will look down on them or I will treat. But why? Why will I do that? For what? You know? That's what I get from most people, though. I feel because most people back home, they won't talk to me unless I talk to them. You have to be like, hey, how are you? Then they will respond to you. Then they will say, I thought you won't talk to me. You know, stuff like that. I feel like people just, they don't feel comfortable. Initially, they don't feel comfortable with you because you are here. You know, that's what I feel. At least I don't look down on people. But one thing I wanted to say is that I came here 22 years ago. I was going to school I was going to UNAD when I came here. I was in college in Nigeria. My father is a medical doctor. I'm saying this because I remember one time you talked about people that Japa, they are usually people that are not doing well in Nigeria, you know? Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to speak back. Like, no, it don't, you know? Anyways, so I was in UNAD. My dad is a medical doctor. He's actually a provost in a university. I won't say his name. Anyway, he's retired now. So my mom is a nurse. She's a retired nurse now. So I went to UNAD. But they didn't like the fact that I went to UNAD because my dad graduated from OAU. He wanted me to go to OAU and do medicine. So I missed the JAM score with 2 points. So I decided to go to UNAD. But my parents never liked the fact that I went to UNAD. Actually, they never visited me. They didn't like it. They wanted me to do JAM again.
What course?
So while I was in UNAD, I was doing microbiology. Microbiology. Okay. So I was, when I was in UNAD, I stumbled upon I used to read a lot. I found out that you can do TOEFL and SAT and come to America and study. So I was like, I'm going to do TOEFL. I'm going to do it. I'm going to come to America. My thinking was that if I come to America, I don't care which school I go to in America, it would be better than going to UNAD. And my parents will be proud of me. Sure, you understand? Having like the kind of father that I have. So that was how I did TOEFL. I did TOEFL and SAT. I came here. I was able to, I got admitted to school. I did everything on my own without my parents' knowledge. And I was like 18, 19 at that time. That was how I got to America. Just because I wanted to get a better education. You know? That was how I came here. So, and I'm so glad I took that decision. I'm so glad. I wanted to go to medical school here, but I couldn't find anyone to sign a loan for me. My dad doesn't believe in coming to America to school. He believes in Nigeria. He believes 100% in Nigeria. He was one time, Obasanjo made him a special advisor at a point. He believes in Nigeria 100%. You know, he believes that when you come here, I get that vibe like you, from him too. He believes like when you come here, you're a second-class citizen. You cannot reach your optimal in life. That's what he believes. So, anyways, I didn't care. I came here and I went to school. I did nursing, graduated. I'm working on my doctorate right now. In 2 years, I should be done. You know. So, I'm glad I did that. That I took that step, even though it was hard for me being an international student. I came here, got a job. I didn't have papers. You know, the same struggle. So that my point is that when you come here, you will struggle because this is not your father's. You have to get your papers. You have to start from the scratch. So when people in Nigeria talk bad and say, "Oh, people in America, they are struggling. They are doing odd jobs," it's just the beginning. I don't know anyone, except if you have green card from Nigeria. Maybe somebody married you or you win visa lottery that will come here and start everything on a platter of gold. You have to start from the scratch. I did security job as a woman. I work as a security. I have the picture. Like sometimes my kids, my husband will look at it and they will laugh and laugh. Yeah, I'm proud of it. I work as a security security officer while I was going to school. You know, so nothing good, comes easy. Right now I'm working on my doctorate. Hopefully, when I'm done, I can have my own clinic. So I won't let that beginning. When I started working, when I work as a security officer, I think at that time I made like $7 or $8 an hour. Yes, I think $7 an hour. It didn't deter me. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm gonna give up because but a lot of people come and they get to that stage and then they give up.
Now let me now explain what I was trying to say that day, so that you can understand in proper perspective. First of all, let me give a shout out to everybody who's been buying my money guns. Nice, thank you so much. Sent 5 money guns. Cynthia Love 139 sent 4 money guns, and Tasheni 94 sent 2 money guns. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate you all. Keep popping those money guns. Double click my screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. All right, so let's go back to what I was saying. The conversation started with, I'm 47 years old. Whether you accept it or not, I cannot come to America and work in the capacity that I am 47 years old in Nigeria with my experience and everything. I'll probably come and maybe miss the security guard work, but I'll still come and have to hustle if I relocate. I don't know if you understand what I'm telling you.
I get it.
What time did you go? How old were you when you went to the US?
I was like 20, 21.
Finish. So how old are you today?
I'm 43.
Good. So you put in 21 years into the US. Where you are now is not where you were 10 years ago.
Definitely.
And it's definitely not where you were 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you were struggling. Today, you have built something around yourself. For yourself. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
I get it.
So, that 20-year period, if I came to America today, at best, I'll be where you were 15 years ago. Maybe if I'm lucky, if I'm able to come with a lot of cash, maybe sell watches, sell my house, and I'm able to put a down payment on a house, then maybe I'll be where you were 10 years ago. But I'll definitely not be where you are now. Am I making sense to you?
Yeah, but things are easier now. Unlike when we.
Still, for me to get to where you are, if I came in today, I'll have like 10 years of hustle. 10 years of adapting to the system. So I'm 47. Do I want to come and do this for 10 years and be 57 before I can balance myself? What's up? You want to see me? I'm using you. Oh, nice. I'm coming to see you. You understand? So when I was saying this, a lot of Americans were saying, "Oh, you are lazy." It was a conversation that grew. It did not start from America. So for someone like me, and what I was trying to explain that day is, for someone like me that has put in 20, I started work when I was 19. I'm 47, so I've put in 26 years of work, more like 27 years of work. I know my way around Nigeria. I've built a brand for myself that works in Nigeria. I have contacts that are valid and valuable in Nigeria. So the way I will perceive Nigeria, like I'm telling you, don't get me wrong. I remember in 2015, Taste Buds was living in Port Harcourt. I was living in Lagos. 2016, before she finally packed to Lagos. I used to wake up, I'll be gisting with her on the phone around 9 p.m. at night in my house in 1004, and I'll sleep off. And then I'll wake up. It's 12 midnight and I'm hungry. I'll just go downstairs, get into my car, drive to Lekki Phase 1. I'll get asun, I'll get grilled fish. It doesn't have to be an expensive place with 2K grilled fish, 1K asun. I would even sit down, eat it there. You understand? I don't enjoy that anymore. I can't just wake up now and decide to drive to Lekki at 12 midnight. Even though I live in Lekki, I cannot just go to Phase 1 at 12 midnight. Nigeria is not as safe as it used to be a while ago. At that time, Nigeria was very enjoyable because it was safe. There were opportunities because there was the what is it called? The economy was thriving. There were less criminals. Just understand that the more the economy gets worse, the more you have criminals because people have to eat. And it's not everybody that has scruples. It's not every girl that will refuse an offer of a meal and a room to sleep in exchange for sucking something. Not every girl will turn down. Not every girl has scruples and say, "No, I will not do it." Some will just think about the one I do, I give my boyfriend at home. At the end of the day, he gives me transport money of 400 naira. If I do this one, I get 20K. You understand? So what am I saying is the hungrier people are, so that has made Nigeria less safe. Aside from the safety issues and the madness, which many of us have gotten used to, Nigeria makes sense. I would never advise anybody above 35 to relocate. 35 is still okay. Once 35, I'll tell you, relocate if you are relocating in your 20s. In your 30s, you have to make the choice. Am I staying or am I going? By the time you are 35, the chances are slimmer and the stress is more. By the time you are 40, I will not advise anybody to relocate. But you see, it's not like you cannot do it. You can still do it at 40. But once you don't reach 45, you have no business traveling abroad to live there again. You will live a low quality, low standard life because you are going to have to. There's no system you go to that will not take you at least 5 years to blend into. So you are going to be blending into a system at 55. Now, I was watching this actor. He said he went to the US and he had to drive Uber. If I went to the US in my 20s and had to drive Uber, I would not feel bad about it. Probably if I went to the US in my 30s and had to drive Uber or had to work as a security guard. But if I go to the US now and I have to work as a security guard, I will feel that my life, I will be depressed. If I go to the US at 47, when in Nigeria I drive the latest Benz that I bought brand new, then I now go to America and it's Uber that I have to drive. Do you understand? It now is a downgrade. So, like I said, we need to look at life from different perspectives. We should not always. It's like somebody goes to buy Coke in a hotel. Is 1.5. Then you cannot say Coke is 1.5. Coke is 1.5 because of where you bought it. So
Yeah,
so
I get it.
so you get me.
Especially with being a celebrity,
Do you
it's
understand?
gonna be
It's
very
going to be
hard
hard. Now, even as a
because
celebrity,
you can't just work in anyhow job.
even as a celebrity, now let me tell you something here. If there is war in Nigeria and I can no longer live in a place of war, and I come to the UK or the US, and all I have is security job or Uber or janitor work to feed and take care of my family, I will not be depressed because I know that I had no choice. But that this whole everybody is relocated, everybody and now sell everything and now go abroad, and then the abroad doesn't work. And then, because let me tell you something, you go abroad, by the time you start paying bills, you realize that you have to get up and work. That one that you sit down and chill because you don't have to pay that much and you can survive on little in Nigeria is different from abroad. Abroad, you just said your mortgage is $3,800 a month. So somebody earning $5,000 a month in Nigeria, you are king. In the US, you are a pauper. You've paid your rent. You've probably eaten. You cannot even afford to buy clothes if you're earning five. If your combined income, you and your husband, is 5K a month, you won't be able to buy clothes. Am I lying?
No.
Do you understand? So when I was talking that day, I was talking from my experience. Somebody saying Uber is one of the best jobs in the US. God forbid at 47 I drive Uber. God forbid. At 30, why not? At 25, I will be glad to. So because as I'm driving the Uber, I'm getting a degree. As I'm driving the Uber, I'm learning a skill. As I'm driving the Uber, I'm gathering money that I can use to invest in a business and start my own real estate business. But if I had to go to the US and the job I have to do is Uber, when it is not that Nigeria is at war, because when Nigeria is at war, you can't live in your house, you have to run. Then I understand that, okay, I ran. But that I went abroad and then things did not pan out the way I was expecting them to pan out 100%. And now I have to do Uber to supplement myself. At 47, I am sorry, I will feel like a failure. Not that I can't drive Uber. The way this Nigeria is going, if tomorrow everywhere is scattered, Baba, I will come drive that Uber. But just know that it's not be out of happiness. Some people will drive that Uber in the US and be happy with themselves. Yeah. I'm making money. I'm making $5,000, $10,000 a month. Yeah. It's good. And trust me, Uber is still better than janitor work. Uber is still better than changing diapers for old people. In my opinion, no, I'm not saying it is bad. Oh, those of you that I'm not particularly fond of old people. You understand? I manage the ones I have with care and caution. But it's not like I want to have a career of taking care of old people. No. Those are things I would have done. Listen, there was a time in my 20s, I was trying to go abroad to stay with my cousin. My cousin used to work in a mortuary. I was ready to work inside mortuary because I was 18. I was 18. My cousin would go, he went to the UK, learned how to do mortuary work, made so much money, learned how to, now he will go to the UK, stay with his friend anytime there was holiday in school. He will go to the UK. That's how he was establishing himself. Stayed with his friend, paid the phone bill so he can get bank accounts. You understand? Use his friend's, card to start working. He now learned how to work in. So by the time we're in like 200 level, he used to go every holiday. Once they collect holiday, like he's going abroad and he's going to work inside mortuary, clean dead people and do all those things. By the time this guy was in 300 level, he was making so much money that he could afford to buy a brand new, not used though, brand new car and bring from the UK to Nigeria. So he was driving a brand new car in Nigeria from his. So me, I look at him, I say, oh boy, not correct work be this. So make I go abroad, make myself go wash dead body. You understand? So that I go fit hammer, make myself get brand new car. I was looking, I was driving a really nice car. Do you understand? But I was 18. Do I want at 47 to go so that I can drive a nice car, wash dead body? So
Yeah.
it's not like I was ever attacking the Americans, because I am looking at it from the perspective of a 47-year-old who has worked 21, 26 years on the radio and retired. You are looking at it from the perspective of someone who went to America in her 20s, built her life up in America, built her credit score, built her children's education, gathered skills to the point where she's almost at her PhD. Me and you can never be the same in America. You have 20 years of hustle behind you. I don't. So the way I'm going to look at it, for me, if I go to America, it is like a step backwards. It is like
I
a
get it.
step backwards. For you, being in America every day is a step forward. You get what I tell you? That same dollar we una dey earn for America, we dey earn now for this Nigeria. You understand? Doing what we know how to do easily, without stress, without having to drive a cow pan down. Let me tell you, today I wanted to go to Polo. They called me from Polo. They said they have some new watches. Let me go and check. I'm talking about Audemars Piguet of $70,000. Cartiers of the Cartiers were from $15,000, $16,000. I just carried an Uber, carried my son inside the car. We went to Polo, looked at all the watches. They were really nice watches. I don't have money, but they were nice watches, really nice watches. And I'm thinking of how we can work out a plan. You know me, I know they use IC watch, make I come out. On my way back, I was, because the Uber driver waited for me outside for about, I didn't want to drive, it was raining, and I don't like driving in the rain, because the other day I went for my daughter's graduation. We're coming back, and in front of my estate was flooded. My estate never gets flooded, and you cannot drive Benz through flood for Nigeria. You will spoil the steering, and the steering is about 3 million. So I just stayed like this. I was looking at the flood. After a while, I turned back, went to a restaurant, ate. Luckily for me, the sun came out. I gave it another hour plus. By the time I came, the flood had reduced a little. I raised the car and I could pass through it. So anytime I see rain like this, I know just the carry motor, I would just take Uber if you enter the water. I went there. I ordered food for my Uber driver. Me and my son, we ate. The Uber driver ate. Do you understand? We came home. I don't want to go and be the Uber driver abroad. Not at 47. Not at 47.
It's harder.
So when we're having that conversation, abroad people were feeling like, oh, I'm slighting them. For me, if I go abroad is a step back. For you that you are 25, going abroad could be the opening of doors for your career. You understand?
That's true.
Now, some people, for instance, you are a nurse in Nigeria and you have experience and you are 40. Even though you are old, going abroad will still favor you, because that abroad you are going to will pay you much more than what you are earning in Nigeria, and then you have opportunities. So career choice also determines a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
If you are a doctor, abroad will favor you. But you get some kind work where if you go abroad, it no go favor you. And sometimes couples have to make tough decisions, because you have a husband and a wife. The wife abroad favors the wife. Abroad does not favor the husband. You understand what I'm telling you? So one is either the husband sacrifices and follows his wife abroad, which a lot of people do, and are bearing grudges while they do it. And sometimes the wife stays in Nigeria because it favors her husband. You know, one person has to sacrifice. So sometimes it is the wife that says, okay, you know what? Let's stay in Nigeria. If we stay in Nigeria, I'll stay in Nigeria for my husband because my husband is doing well. You understand? So the wife is grudging because her career is not growing. You understand? Her career is not growing, but her husband has a good career. And let me tell you something. If the couple now say, okay, abroad is working for you, it's not working for me, and you go abroad, I'll come and be visiting, me, I'll stay in Nigeria. There are some people who have family, who have a lot of family bonds. I don't know how to live without my family. You understand? I'm not one of those people. Me, I don't remember a 1 year period in my life since I was 18 that I did not have a relationship. As in, I cannot sit down and say, okay, when I was 19 years old, for the whole period I was 19, I did not have a relationship. I either had one relationship or several relationships throughout my. So I'm not one of those people that likes, okay, you know what? Let me spend time on myself. Even when I'm spending time on myself, I'm in a relationship. But maybe like when my wife was living in Port Harcourt and I'm living in Lagos, okay, we are in a relationship, but and I used to go every month. Even that then was economically, it was hard, and it also affected my work because that weekend they can call me sometimes, come and work on a weekend, and that's the weekend I want to go and visit. Now imagine the UK or the US. You cannot just wake up and vex and say you want to be going to the US every month. It will punch a hole in your pocket.
Yep.
It will punch a big hole in your pocket. So we also have those couples where the husband is abroad grudgingly just because he had to follow his wife, because he didn't want to stay away from his family. He didn't want to not be a part of his children's development. So he says, you know what, I'm going. But he's going grudgingly. He's stepping down because his wife wants to step up and the children want to step up. Now, in those cases, you have a miserable spouse. You have a miserable spouse. So the husband is there, he's not happy. And Baba, you don't know what people will come to your party and smile. You don't know what they are going through in the night when they get home.
Yeah. Yes.
You understand? Now, I'm not going to lie. We that live in Nigeria, we live in a state of constant insecurity. You see Tinubu's picture in the newspaper, your heart begins to skip. What has he said this time? What's going to happen? So it's not like living in Nigeria is easy. It is easy because we're used to it. We have created a system that works around it. You understand? But we also are aware of the many failures, the crime rate, the lack of emergency care.
No jobs.
That does not affect me.
No job.
You understand? That does not affect me. I'm talking about what affects me. You understand? Okay. No jobs is not for someone that has put in 26 years of work in an industry. No jobs is for someone that is 30 and does not have much experience and has not really invested in himself. I don't know if I'm connecting. So no jobs is not me at 46. I have they turn work that I look the work, I say this work na dirty work, I don't want to do. Hey, carry and go. And I work from the comfort. For the last 4 years, I've worked from my bedroom. Everything I do. Baba, let me tell you, people call me. Once you call me like this, I just cut your call and send you a message. Send me a text. If you want to talk to me, if it is a personal issue, the only thing I talk for free is you want to talk about scripture. And that I will still tell you to write what you want, because so I don't go on a fruitless chase. If you have something that is intriguing and you write it in a text message, Namigo called you. That's the only call I do for free. Every other call, I want to talk about my wife. I charge $50 an hour, and I'll tell you to pay in dollars, and I will give you my dollar rate. I will call Malam and say, what's the dollar rate? Do you understand? Nobody will talk for 30 minutes. $50, $100 for 30 minutes. So most people talk for 1 hour. You pay $200. If it is official, anything official, you need me to talk to you. Anything official is $250K an hour. Offline, if it's online, it's 1 million, 1.5 million. So what am I looking for work for? Do you understand what I'm telling you? So there's a level you will grow to in any industry. People will want your opinion. They will call you. Hey, I want you to talk on this. I just send my account number and I send my rates. If you are interested, pay the money. If you are not interested, all well and good. You understand what I'm saying? Then I also have a lot of connects in Nigeria that can help me do certain things. I need quick money. I know who I can call quickly. Hey, you, I need 1 million. I need 2 million. You understand? So for me, looking at myself, going to the US or the UK now is a step backwards that I'm not willing to take unless I see war ahead of me. A lot of my colleagues did it. Then some also sent their families abroad. Let them get a better life. Let them get a better education. That is debatable. Uh, I am one of those people who believes that our input as parents is more important in a child's life than a school input. You have to be able to guide your kids. You have to be able to help your kids. I'm like your dad in that regard. I like my children doing first degree in Nigeria. Then they can go and do their masters or PhD or whatever they want abroad. I like my children properly grounded so that in old age we can relate. Right now, I can't relate with abroad people. The way they think is different from the way I think. You get what I'm talking? So I don't want to have children that I cannot cope with. Because, for instance, now, even the children in the house at their age already, during a parade week, you see their friends putting on rainbow on their eye. One day, one of my children to put rainbow. I said, come, what's this? She likes them, that they are nice people. Hey! You understand? With me and the mama sit down and say, this one no work, oh. Of course, we know that the child does not have that orientation. But abroad, you know, if you tell your pikin, say make it come out rainbow flag, they not born you well.
We do. I do.
You get luck, say your pikin no get you for mine, make you go report you. Baba, you go enter trouble. I know people that have entered trouble simply because of things like that. Personally, one of my friends' kids, they wear skirt for the pikin for school. Pikin when no fit talk, 1 year old. The parents were livid. You get the way they come they rake. People can't call them aside, say, get the way you go rake. They go collect this pikin from you. They'll say the child is exhibiting his characteristic and you want to prevent it from. So that abroad madness too. Because you are there with your children, you can control it. If me, I send a 17-year-old abroad, say, go read book, he will come back with that mentality because I'm not there to control it. You understand?
You know, most times the kids that grew up in Nigeria, they are more grounded. Though.
I'm telling you.
They are more ones that grew up in Nigeria and came here to, they are more grounded than the ones that were born here. You know, they are more grounded. They are more like they're not. I feel like they're not into all that stuff. Unlike the ones that are born here, it's harder to. Like, I have a 14-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. One day she opened how, she has a phone. And she opened and she doesn't have any social media account. Because we always tell her that she has to be 18 when she's going to college. Then she can have Facebook or whatever she wants. So one day, you know how if you have someone on your contact list on your phone, if they join Facebook or something, it would notify you. So one day, I got notified that my daughter has an Instagram account. I was like, So I went and clicked on it. I checked the account. You know the name that she used? Username? Pansexual freak. She was 13 then.
When I don't see him now.
My heart was making. I was going crazy. I said, hey, the fact that I don't even know. At that time, I didn't even know what pansexual meant. Hey. So I googled it. I said, I called my husband and said, see. Hey, we called her into the room. We asked her, what does this mean? I'm sure she said she doesn't know. That was one of our friends that told her, but I'm sure, I'm 100% sure she knows exactly what that meant. Then we were talking, I have a 10-year-old and an 8-year-old now. They were 9 and 7 then. So I called them, I had to speak to them. So they told me that, that my older daughter tells them that it's okay to love whoever they want to love. I freaked out. Me and my husband, we didn't know what to do. Since that time, because we barely go to church, since that time we started going to church. We've been going to church. So that she will be in the youth department, they can tell her about this. We've been talking to her. But we now found out that one summer, she had a friend that was into all these things. Yeah, one summer, she went to Boys and Girls Club. She met this girl that was trying to be like a boy. That was her friend at that time. So it was that one that influenced her. Oh my God. Let's stop going to that place. So she doesn't talk to her anymore. I'm telling you, I'm so scared. I'm still scared. Because now she already knows. You understand? Because there's no way in Nigeria you can still keep it from the kids, kind of, but here you cannot. Because they talk to them about it, they teach them about it. Sometimes some of the books that they read now have it. You know, it's hard. It's very that aspect. We are all struggling with it. We are all struggling with it every day. Every day. So that So I feel like Nigerian kids, because she has friends that are from Nigeria. Maybe their parents got a job here. They came. You know, they are not. They understand. You know, they've been grounded from when they were little. They understand that okay, that's not even no go area. But here, they let them know that it's okay to be whatever you want. You know, that I'm telling you, every parent in America is scared. Especially Nigerian Africans, we're scared. Scary.
So you see, it is not a unidirectional road that is going from point A to point B. It is a road that has many turns. Sorry, somebody's calling me. 1 second, just 1 second. Yeah, hello. I've not seen it. Send it again. Just send it as normal text, please. It will go as normal text. Sorry, plenty work. I'm so tired. So you understand what I'm talking about. A lot of people think that this whole abroad Nigeria thing is a unidirectional conversation. Oh, abroad is better than Nigeria, or Nigeria is better than abroad. It isn't.
They all agree.
It is a river with many branches. It's not a straight path. It has many branches and many facets, and what might work for you as a professional might not work for someone who works in entertainment. Do you think at 47 I want to go and learn how to be a nurse? You understand what I'm telling you? You see, actors, a lot of actors and actresses relocate abroad, and some of them are doing cleaning jobs. The problem is in Nigeria, you are an actor. You now go abroad, you now do a cleaning job, and then you now get into the workforce. You start a job. You understand? I didn't go into entertainment. I didn't go to work on the radio so that I can work in a bank. Do you understand what I went so that my career will evolve. Just the way you went into the US, you started with nurse, then you grew in your career. You did not start with nurse, then you went to become an architect, then from architect you became a banker, then from banker you became a school teacher, then from school teacher you are now trying to be an astronaut. You understand what I'm telling you? If you go into aviation, you grow in aviation. If you go into banking, you grow into banking. Then at any point in any career, you can come out and do business. But when an actor who has a career in acting now gets a cleaning job and then proceeds to work in a bank to feed himself, I feel it's a waste of talent. I feel personally that it is a waste of talent. You understand? It's like Mr. Ebu now. Say Nigeria too hard. In can go abroad. In can they work for bank. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I get it. So people also need to understand that I never entered entertainment because of the money. I started working on the radio when my salary was a recharge card a month. And I did the job for 5 years. We put in the passion, we put in the sweat, we put in the tears, we put in the blood. Someone said it's not a waste. Funny Vibes blog. It's not a waste. The talent can be a side hustle. Let me ask you, is Will Smith's talent side hustle? He gets the mentality that is getting to me. Is Will Smith's talent side hustle? So I made a statement. I said most people that go abroad do it for the money.
Yeah, mostly. Yes, that's usually why people. That's why people relocate.
It is for the money, because as an Uber driver abroad, you will earn more money than as an actor in Nigeria.
Most likely. Yeah.
Someone says, Daddy Freeze, there's always a starting point. My starting point will not be at 47. I reject it. I reject it. You as a nurse, are you sure you are any more than I'm earning in Nigeria, in America? That I will now come to America and come out. As in, you people make a lot of assumptions. And like I always say, when you look at your family in Nigeria, because all your family members are auntie me, send me 100 naira, auntie me, send me. You assume that everybody in Nigeria is like that. Have you forgotten that there are people in Nigeria who send their children abroad to go to school?
Oh yeah.
And
the way some people in Nigeria, when they come here, the way when they come from the rich people in Nigeria, when they come to America for summer holidays, the way they spend, even we that we live here, we're like wow, we're shocked.
Yes, no.
You know, the rich people, the things that they buy, the way they spend money. I know I start calculating how much money. I'm like, you start calculating your money.
So when somebody is saying there is a starting point, write for me, write for yourself, funny blog, I'm waiting to call yourself. You can go and start with Uber. I cannot do Uber. When they buy brand new motor from Yankee, I'm not talking of brand new Toyota. I'm not talking of, I talk of AMG. You bring a brand new from America, clear them in Nigeria. Then I want to go to that America and be doing Uber. I reject it for myself.
No, I will not even, if you're doing well in Nigeria.
So when you say a starting point, we need to clarify these things. I will never knock anybody's hustle and say, that abroad that you are doing poorly, blah, blah, blah. No, understand your life. And that's one thing with Nigerians. We need to understand what works for us. There are some people who, I dated a girl once. If I call her in the morning and check up on her, and I call her in the evening and I check up on her, hey, you close your door, it's making noise. And I call her in the evening and I check up on her, she's good. She doesn't want me to call her in the middle of the day to check up on her again. Once I've called her in the morning. Now, if I don't call her in the morning, there's trouble. And if I don't call her in the evening, there's trouble. Well, there's some girls that every 30 minutes you give them a call, how are you doing? You understand? And they like it. So you need to understand what works for you. There was a point in time when we're having conversations, for instance, around intercourse. And one guy was telling me that he dey fire him wife 3 times a day. Say he dey fire him wife. Say, and he now grew old. And his wife was now getting towards menopause, so she could not handle it. He now wanted to have a side chick. So I now called the wife aside. I said, Madam, this guy, in body they hot too. Don't go and tell him that, if you have a side chick, as I don't, you are old, he's not old with you. Now you old, only you old. So it's better you hit the gym, start eating some vegetables, start doing some stretches, and go and look for some lubrication. One day, make it available, because you are approaching 50, he is approaching 60. At 60, he has money and his thing is working. He will get a wife. You at 50, for you to get a husband at 50, it's not going to be as easy as it is for him to get a side chick that he'll be blowing.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm telling you? Meanwhile, I know some people who are in their 40s. They and their wife sleep together twice a year. The wife is okay with it. He is okay with it. They are cool. There was a woman that called me. She was about turning 60. Her husband is turning 82. They had a fight over intercourse. The problem was not that she did not allow the husband to sleep with her. The husband said he wanted to sleep with her twice. So he wanted to do number 2. She now says she don't tire. Now so Baba say he no one continue the relationship again. Everybody come, they beg them, they try settle. I come sit down at 82-year-old man. If fire finish, he won't fire again. Nobody say you don't allow him fire. If fire finish, he won't come fire again. Now be this problem with the ground, where whole family gather the settle. I'm not making this up.
That's crazy.
You at 40, that you cannot do more than twice a month. You can never understand what that 82-year-old man is talking about. His language will sound like Greek to you. He will sound mad to you.
Definitely.
There are people who are talking 3 times a day, 3 times a day. I have met girls that I used to feel I was wild. I carry one girl one day. Baba, we do like 1 hour. We can't do number 2. We can't do number 3. Now where I sleep off. 3 a.m. now the girl wake me. Say, did you bring me to your house to come and sleep? That's why I sit down the look am. That time, if you give me glucose and Red Bull to drink, Baba no go even rise again. Something where we do for 1 hour plus, and we do 3 times. As in, it took her like 15 minutes to be able to resuscitate me from that sleep. The girl sit down fold ham like this. Once 5 a.m., they break like this. As in, they never break finish. She don't come out my house.
That's crazy.
So, that girl expected that as we do, we sleep maybe 2 hours. We wake up and we continue. Baba, I don't want this way. So we've had these conversations with many people. So we understand that different things work for different people. People are built the same. I'll give you an example. When I was in my 20s, I did chop 5 times a day. And I thin like a charger cable. But I dey lem 5 times a day. And I go chop rice, beans, meat, egg, drink Coke. 3 hours later, I am starving. It's not that I'm hungry. I am starving like I want to buy.
Because at that time you're younger, your metabolism is high. You can burn things fast. Unlike now, everything slows down.
Even at that time when I was that young, there were people where if they chop, waiting at the chop, they go swell.
Okay,
So,
yeah, it's true.
what works for my metabolism will not work for your metabolism. So it is unfair for me to judge your metabolism. Do you know there was a time in my life I used to drink 3 bottles of 50, 75 cl. How much is the Coke every day? Yes. I just stopped it. I just stopped about 2 years ago, gradually phased it out of my life. As I did talk that time, now I did drink water. I never like the taste of water. Even now, till now, I don't like the taste, but I just drink it just to keep flushing my system. Because I'm no longer as young as I used to be. Baba, if 5 people drink the Coke where I drink for my life between when I was 15 and when I was 40, diabetes go don't kill all of them by now. Not that they would have had it, they would have died of it by now. But now, as I started getting older, I now started realizing that look, in the morning I wake up and I'll eat sugar cereal, and guess what? I'll go and do my HB1AC and it'll be okay. But nobody needs to tell you that because it is okay now does not mean it's going to continue being okay.
Yeah.
So you need to. But what I'm trying to say is, there are people I know, they no chop rich waiting I chop. They no drink Coke rich waiting I drink. They don't day on diabetes medication since they were 35.
You know that people are born with diabetes, though?
Yes.
Okay. But all those things, they don't check in Nigeria. I don't know anyone with...
Now when I don't know anyone that walk by, they rush and go church. Rebete, Rabata, Skiribi, Skalaba, Oro, Skiribi, Rebete, Olosho, Sanusi, Ashawo, Allen, Rebete. The Peking go come die, they'll come say the person fake. Our Nigeria, that's another problem we have in Nigeria that you don't have abroad.
Yeah.
That mentality. You understand? That mentality. So, I love and respect my people abroad. And I know they love and respect me too. and we're trying to, so I want to explain myself. Somebody say no evidence, you go explain tire. No, I will explain it so they get it, because I don't want them to see, like you said, the reason why me and you are having this long conversation is because you came and you felt like I was talking down on my American audience. And that to me is a matter that must be addressed with utmost importance. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So anything else you want to say? If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, close my door because of mosquitoes, uncle. Double click the screen. I'm looking for my number one gifter. Follow my number one and my number two gifter. Follow my number one and my number two gifter. Follow my number one and my number two gifter on TikTok. If you're watching on YouTube, YouTube people, you just see 280 people just stay like this, they watch. Pim, they don't go talk. One comment, they don't go drop. I don't understand how YouTube be. 288 people go to watch. They don't go drop one comment. They don't go buy one super chat. At least Facebook people, you go to see them, they walk. You go to see them. TikTok people, you go to see them, they walk. Instagram people, the comment sometimes is more than the conversation. The conversation in the comment section is more than the conversation in the video. The comment section now, one whole family on your own. YouTube people, they just stay there, they watch. And they watch like monitoring spirits. Super chat, super stickers. Buy my super chat and my super stickers, YouTube people. Let me know that people care about me. Super chat, super stickers. My YouTube family. Super chat. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, make I bring baby freeze. Make I bring baby. Is that your husband behind you?
Yeah.
And you know, even greet us. He just walk out past, they go in home.
He's watching you actually.
He speaks Yoruba, but I thought you said he's not Yoruba. Oga Samuel.
Yeah.
How you doing? Me and your wife don't they gist since so.
Yeah, we watch you a lot. We enjoy you.
Hey, see the fresh guy. Ah, your wife carry I go market. She carry I go market. Can he hear me?
Yeah.
All right, awesome, lovely. Thank you so much, and keep watching me and keep taking care of your wife, oh.
Yeah,
hey, on his own phone. Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care.
Then I wanted to let me about you talk about being lonely in America.
Yes.
Or versus Nigeria.
So you know, I greet somebody on YouTube as I don't challenge them, they don't vex, they don't buy my Abimbola Odunyi. Just send $20. Thank you so much. Super chats and super stickers on YouTube. You are very welcome. My number one gifter on TikTok, Ayeni M. That's my number one gifter. My number two gifter is Tashani. Follow my number one and my number two gifter. All right. Your husband is a bit shy. You are more outspoken than your husband.
He's shy.
And a fine guy, fresh guy. You try. Clap for yourself.
Why you talking now? You will make your head this way now.
Clap for yourself. You don't come out. You know they watch. Clap for yourself. You try. Hey. Let me tell you, when you have a fine guy as a husband, you go the day okay. Just like when you have a fine guy. So you say fine. So the two of you just try. Because sometimes, one woman come meet me. She say her husband they cheat on her. Now she show me a picture with her husband. If you say as the guy fine, if you say as she be, she short, she can't be like rope. I can't look at him and say, hey, how I want to tell this woman say, if you know, step up. You know what happened is they were poor when they met. The husband is a surgeon and the day Yankee. Imagine a surgeon in America, cardiothoracic surgeon. Top of his game, 1 something million a year.
Definitely,
which means like 600K after taxes. Then he has a thriving business of medical supplies in Nigeria that is doing very well. So he know they touch American babes because he knows they go enter trouble. But that 4 times a year when he come Nigeria. Oh. If he arrange 300 girls, the girls are willing. You know, first of all, fine boy, don't collect woman. then you get
Yeah,
money.
then with money.
Ah, then they
Hello?
call them, then they call them juju, na juju. So
Yeah.
I'm happy when I see a beautiful couple, handsome husband, beautiful wife, and the two of them are intelligent. It works. It works wonder. Sorry, let me not cut you. Continue what you wanted to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I think it's easier to have a relationship in Nigeria. I think so. Because, I think the reason is because when you are here, first of all, there's a lot of this, here, there's a lot of fine people. That's number one thing. There's a lot, like, there's a lot. So, you can be at the top of your game in Nigeria, come here and not, you might not even have one person talk to you.
Taste Boss just made sponge cake for me. Let me just take a bit. I know they chop plenty sugar. So I go just chop this one. Make I taste them. It tastes
So,
like
and
coin.
back
You know what
home,
coin is? Sponge. Very nice. So, of course. But you've already eaten Abi. Then don't eat it. Stop messing with your sugar. Come and take. Eat it later. How many slices do you eat? You've eaten 2 and you want to eat more of this. Take. Tomorrow you come and be telling me that you have these things worrying you. Please. I'm listening to you, man.
back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most times, how you meet, let me say, how you meet a boyfriend or girlfriend, it's usually through like your friends. A lot of times walking down the streets in your neighborhood, you always find people to come to talk to you, and maybe your schoolmates or people in church at your job. That's how you usually meet all the other sex, right? Partner, But anyways, here is different. Because I remember when I was younger in Nigeria, I could be walking down the road and boys will come to me. Oh, I like you. No, you don't even have that here. You cannot be, there's nowhere to walk to. So here, most time when you come here, you are focused on your job and school. The fact that you're black, maybe your school, you don't have a lot of black. Where I went to school, we were 62 in my class. We're only 2 blacks. So So nobody in my class ever came to ask me out. That's another thing. So we are at this.
Someone said on YouTube, nobody is calling Niger women abroad. All those our women who want to kill us.
No, I'm telling you because there's so many beautiful women. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like and these women here, the things that we can do in Nigeria, they are so outspoken. Even me, I'm a woman. Sometimes I will walk down the road, going to the mall and see some women. I will look at them twice and oh, I'm a woman. I like men. Period. I will look at them and be like, wow. There's a lot of, and they're so easy to,
Then they waste your time.
It's hard here.
Then they don't have the inhibitions. Baba, I don't date Niger girl before. We don't begin the do coitus. Every day is a new begging. Can we please do this thing? No. You have to literally almost as if say you want force am before she go agree. You have to sometimes say, I'm not doing this relationship again, I'm frustrated. Then she will agree. Then when you do a missionary, you get the way you go bend too much, go be like say you want spoil a bride price, we don't already spoil. The
all of
way
that too.
one day she slapped me. That time I was young, Baba. I just watched one mojo. And then the woman used her mouth. Now I suggest to him, say, this your mouth can be put to good use. Igbaju oloyin. Paya. I said, America, you see, but those abroad, they are more open to all these things. They don't see it as dirty. They don't see it as evil. They don't see it as you're gonna go to hell. You understand? Last, guess what? The girl get belle for church, for choir master for church. She left me, said I was too bad. Can't go get belle for married choir master for church. You see, so the Nigerian are just hypocrisy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So My darling sister, thank you so much for joining. Lovely conversation. Thank you for helping me communicate with my abroad people. Abroad people, if you know I love you and you know you love me, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Super chat, super stickers. Let's make some noise. Who's my number one gifter on TikTok? Tashani is number 2, but who is going to be number 1? Number 1 is Ayeni M. Oh yeah, double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen. Thank you, my lovely sister Evelyn. My regards to your husband. I couldn't bring anybody else. I don't know what's wrong with Instagram. I kept trying, but I couldn't. If you're watching on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok, wherever else it is you're watching, always keep it at the back of your mind that Daddy Freeze really loves you. I'm going to come back a little later and we're going to have another conversation. I think we've stretched this America, abroad, UK conversation long enough. Unless you have a specific request, which you can send to me via DM on Instagram. TikTok, I think I read my TikTok messages not that often, but you can still send them. YouTube people, where are my super chats and my super stickers? I have your time now. YouTube, somebody say, in the Western world, whiter skinned women or European types are portrayed as the ideal through the media. Yeah, but you know what you like. It's like they put burger everywhere. You don't know, say, na amala be own food. My sister, if you enter abroad, you never see Niger man. They go put burger everywhere. And we drive to that amala joint that has no advertisement, where one person tell them about. He will use in car and drive and burn his petrol to go there and eat 2 wraps of fufu.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
Yeah.
no matter what they portray, me, I know what I like. No be say if I see fine or Imbo, I know if daytime. But me, I like black and I like thick. Guinness is good for you. That's my own spec. And you know what you like. So anything where they like, when they come put one like broomstick or Imbo, way long, thin. Come be like say if breeze blow, the breeze go blow and go one side. If it fall like Iroko tree, that one can't be beautiful because they say na beauty. They say na beauty for their mama and their papa we no understand life. Me, I will gravitate towards where I'm gravitating to. So, my darling sister, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you so much. Look forward to having you later on tonight. God bless you. Amalani, what's your favorite Nigerian meal?
I like vegetables though. Vegetable soup with anything.
So which
but I feel like amala wedu is overrated. That's the only thing.
So what vegetable soup do you like?
Afang, vegetable.
That's
anyways.
what I'm having for dinner. Afang. I like afang. I like edikai kong. I like oha. I like bitter leaf. It don't taste in states, but cook bitter leaf for me.
I like soups in general.
I go tell us.
I just like soups in general.
I like catfish. I like ofada rice, even though I've really reduced. I've cut down my my rice so much. I don't like eating rice. Not because I love the taste of rice. Rice is my number 1 food, but it is sugar. So I don't like it. At 47, I don't want to be loading my system with sugar. So instead of eating rice, I'll just eat a whole fish.
That's good.
And maybe a piece of moi moi. But all the things I
the
like.
The ofada rice is better than the other rice.
It's better because it's whole grain.
Right. Yes.
But doesn't make it good. It's better. It's like a 2020 car is newer than a 2019 car. Doesn't make a 2020 car new. You understand?
You're
it's
right.
newer than 2014 and 2018, but it's not new. New is 2023. Tier nylon. You can eat quinoa. Nobody they cook. Not this thing where they talk. And nobody as in I drive past Kilimanjaro. Where would I get quinoa in Nigeria? Someone said there's no better rice.
There's
Rice and bread is a silent killer, 100%. Rice, bread. You don't see the cake as they give me. That slice. Wait till I take inside. You don't see the small. Make it not be like say I no taste them. And I give it to, and I ask the child, I say, have you eaten? Says he has eaten 2 slices. Can I finish your own? I say, no. Now, I would have eaten that whole slice of cake, maybe with a scoop of ice cream, if I wasn't eating anything that day, or if I wasn't eating anything for the next 5 hours.
Yeah.
And
as you grow older, you know, you have to
yes, you
reduce
cannot
your carbs
that one day
and
we go chop. We go chop a meal, drink Coke, then you go still go collect ice cream. One day. It's like you are licking sniper. You carry
you
sniper
can't
like
do
this.
that. So,
That's so it be. Eba is good, but the gari that is good is not Igbo gari, it's Ijebu gari that is good. The fiber gari.
fermented.
The fermented
Seriously,
one,
yeah.
the sour one is good. The sweet,
So,
that sweet one, where they take make eba, na poison. Oh. Now that sour Ijebu gari where is fermented and you can see it has a lot of fiber. That one is good for you. In
and another thing
moderation.
is the portioning too, though.
Sorry?
The portioning. I know. I said also the most important thing is the portioning.
Portioning.
You know,
See, look at your hand.
because a
Everybody
lot
do
of
like
people
this.
they eat like
All of you
as
watching
big
me.
as my hand and small soup. I know your reverse do that a lot.
Yes, now look
Like
at my
Igbos
hand.
and Calabar,
Can you
they
see
eat
my
a lot
hand there?
of soup. Yeah,
This
yeah.
is
Soup,
all the
yeah.
food I need at one sitting,
Mhm.
which must
Yeah.
include my meat, my protein,
Yes,
my vegetables, my
that's the most important.
carbs.
Yeah.
Everything together must not be more than this. And inside it, the carb must not be more than this. So just look at that.
Yeah.
Just do your hand like this. Measure out for your plate. If it is more, you are overeating. I'm not a nutritionist, though. I'm just trying to manage. And because we have diabetes in the family on both sides, my dad is diabetic, my mother-in-law is diabetic. So we have to, once you start getting to a certain age, the children have diabetes from their father and their mother. From their father's side and their mother's side. So
most black people have most black people do, and
I remember
our
the way my
food
father used to eat when we were younger. My body lame, but he worked very hard. So the justification for eating a lot was working hard. You understand? So when you sit down with that eba, you go clear the eba. I overeat on Sundays, I know. But even that Sunday when I dey overeat for the buffet, I know they chop rice. I chopped potato puree. What do they call that? Mashed potatoes. I ate mashed potatoes this last Sunday, but it was too sweet, it was too nice, but I wasn't happy with myself. Normally, that Sunday I would just eat chicken, steak. Now that meat, I did chop meat. That meat, for you to collect that from my hand, I feel you go like, I like meat. And meat too is not good for you. Meat is bad for you.
Red meat, yeah.
But I've cut out milk, so I don't do milk at all. There was a time every morning you go see my whole floor. So what I replaced milk with is almond milk. Doesn't taste as nice.
Soy milk is good.
Soya milk is not good for men. No. Hey, let me tell you now. Make I tell my exam. My soya milk no good. Oh. Baba, one day I saw I go drink soya milk. Oh. I got this very lovely strawberry flavored soya milk that I used to order. Baba, now I begin drink onto all this healthy living. Now I begin drink soya milk. Oh. Engine no one can start. Oh. Hey. We go there 1 hour. Engine no work. Oh. I can't begin to wonder. We nearly died that period. Though. It turned serious fight. Now I can't realize, say, now this soya milk. I pour everything away last, and it pained because that thing was so nice. So someone says soya milk, they make them small. Baba, soya milk na poison for man. If you are a man, never go near it. I am telling you, I actually read some studies where here and there, not really. Baba, me, I will tell you my personal experience. Maybe they work for you. Baba, that thing shut me down for like 1 month. No action. Or mini action with 2 cylinders inside out of the 8 cylinders working. You don't want it. Baba, when I stop the soya milk, it can't remain like another 2 weeks before the thing flush come out for my system. After that, I return to normal. I say, Okpeo. I know they go there soya milk again. I know they chop tofu, anything soya. Hey! Somebody say, come and be a vegan, you eat tofu. I say, waka. Run, men, run from soya. No, we let women drag you enter vegan. No, soya milk no good for you. They say soya milk is very high in estrogen. Or long, something did that thing. I don't know what's in the inside. The thing nearly. Then after a while, I can't. You know when you've taken yourself from something, you now feel like you can handle it. How about that's why I go drink soya milk again? When I did drink madam, they want me say, you don't start now. You don't start now. I say no, no, no. More now anything won't start again. Oh, hey, luckily I don't drink plenty. Even that one, it can't reach like 5 days before it comes out for my body. After that, today, I don't do okay. I don't do okay. So, oh wow, someone sent me stars on Facebook. Thank you so much. Hey, super chat, super stickers. If you're enjoying the live on TikTok, double click the screen. My number one gifter is Ayeni M. Joy Agbo, I see you. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to come back later on. Thank you, everyone on Facebook, on Instagram. God bless you. Bye. I really tried today. 2 straight hours. Bye.
Bye.